Phyllis reveals Kane's plans to Daniel. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Diane and Jack arrive at the Abbott mansion, still complaining about the hedge maze and Victor hiring Audra to seduce Kyle. Jack scoffs at the idea that Victor will back off, and warns that Audra is bound to lose everything over this. Diane, knowing of what she speaks, says a woman with nothing left to lose is dangerous. Billy appears as Jack and Diane discuss plots and schemes. Diane skedaddles so he and Jack can talk. Billy informs Jack that it's time they end their business relationship. Jack raises an eyebrow as Billy says Kane is considering buying out his interests. Momentarily forgetting his brother's penchant for risk-taking, Jack says he can't imagine why Billy would place his future in Kane's hands. Jack goes over Kane's deception and lies for the umpteenth time, but Billy doesn't care to hear it. Single-minded as always, Billy simply wants to know if Jack will sell his interest in Abbott Communications. When Jack hints that he will, Billy accuses him of thinking he stepped over to the dark side. Jack knows Billy is going after Chancellor and Victor. If he's successful, Sally will be running Abbott Communications. Jack was making an investment in Billy, not Sally, so he'll call Kane to cut a deal. Billy informs Jack that they need to separate family and business. Singing the same old tune, he complains that Jack doesn't trust him. They agree they see the world differently. Jack questions whether Kane will let Billy call the shots. Is it possible that Billy's not seeing the bigger picture, that this is just another piece of the puzzle that Kane's putting together? Responding as only a gambler would, Billy says Kane is a wild card, but he's willing to take the chance. Can Diane best Phyllis? Diane walks into Crimson Lights and sees none other than her arch-rival Phyllis. The redhead makes it clear that despite going easy on her amid the tension in Nice, they can now go back to the way they were. Rising to the occasion, Diane remarks on Phyllis leeching onto Kane and wonders if he's since come to see her for the parasite she is. Phyllis purrs that Kane can't get enough of her. Diane and Phyllis continue to trade barbs. Diane accuses Phyllis of blowing smoke about Kane. Phyllis likes to keep the competition guessing. Diane scoffs, please, and points out Phyllis stepped over 2 dead bodies to make a deal. Phyllis tries to shame Diane by saying she saw Damien die, and that Chance was a good man who dated her daughter. To insinuate that she's unmoved by their deaths is insulting. This launches a debate on whether or not Kane is to blame for the homicides. Without a hint of self-awareness, Diane gripes about Kane deceiving everyone for the past 6 years. Phyllis gawps, Diane, seriously? How many years did you deceive your family and friends, pretending to be dead? Diane takes this on board, but hits back that Phyllis faked her death as well. Jack's wife sniffs that Phyllis and Kane are cut from the same cloth. It's no surprise they're getting into bed together. In the park, Tessa is trying to figure out what Arya wants to do when who else but Daniel shows up to, undoubtedly, save the day. Tessa introduces him to the child as her friend, and he pulls a packet of gummies out of his bag. This does the trick. Daniel notices they're both out of sorts, and Tessa admits she's practically a single mom since Mariah left. The visits are hard. Does he have anything in his bag to make her smile? Unsurprisingly, he thinks he does. As they sit on a picnic blanket together, Daniel tries to get Tessa to see animal shapes in the clouds. Once she's sufficiently distracted from her problems, Daniel ruminates on keeping your kids smiling even when it's the last thing you want to do. Tessa confesses she's been crying herself to sleep, so Daniel gives her some more uplifting advice. Finally, in a move that will surprise no one who sees where this is headed, Tessa places her hand on Daniel's arm and tells him he's kind and gentle and makes others feel safe. Talk turns to napping and Daniel's upcoming guitar lesson. He tells her he has a surprise for her. Tessa replies that she needs this lesson more than he does. As is wont to happen on soaps, he blurts, "It's a date," and then awkwardly backtracks. Tessa asks him to come with her and Arya somewhere first. Once alone, Tessa gets flustered after a call about a staffing issue at work and drops something on the floor. Diane steps in to help, and they end up having a heart-to-heart. Diane pulls out a pack of crayons that she carries for Harrison, and Tessa remarks on the guardian angels she's had today. Diane assures her she's doing the best she can for Arya, and that's enough.